All right, let's dive into the open source project QA Trial. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how anyone, and I mean anyone with any skill set, can jump in and make a real difference.
So let's just get this out of the way right now. When you hear open source, do you immediately picture some elite coders club? A lot of people do. But what if I told you that your expert knowledge, whether it's in local regulations, a specific industry, or even a language, is just as critical as writing code?
And that's really the heart of it. QTrial isn't just open to experts like you, it's actively built for you. The project's biggest need isn't just for more lines of code, it's for more real-world practical knowledge. You know, your knowledge.
So you might be asking, why this big focus on community? Well, it all boils down to two things: the way the project is licensed and its absolutely massive global scope.
The project is under what's called the AGPL 3.0 license. Now, you don't need to be a lawyer, but here's the key takeaway. This license creates this awesome feedback loop. It basically guarantees that any improvements anyone makes get shared back with everyone. So every bug fix, every new template, it all benefits the entire community. Nothing gets locked away.
And this right here is exactly why that community model is so crucial. Just look at these numbers. We're talking about a tool that needs to understand the rules for 37 different countries and 10 completely different industries. I mean, come on, no single team could ever handle that. It's just not possible. This is where a global community becomes an absolute superpower.
Okay, so that brings up the big question, right? Where do you fit into all this? Well, the project has laid out two very clear and equally valuable paths for people to contribute. On one path, we've got the domain expert. This is you if you're the person who understands the ins and outs of a country's regulations or your industry standards, or hey, maybe you're just fluent in a language other than English. And look at that key phrase: code knowledge is not required. Then, on the other path, you've got the developer, someone who's ready to roll up their sleeves and work with a really modern tech stack. So let's look at that first path first.
All right, for all you domain experts watching, this is your moment. This is where you can make some of the most powerful contributions to the project, and you can do it all without writing a single line of application code. Seriously.
Now check this out, because this slide shows the single biggest opportunity right now. Out of 37 countries that are defined in the system, a whopping 23 of them still need a proper regulatory template built out. That is a massive gap where someone with the right knowledge can step in and provide just an incredible amount of value right away.
And believe me, country templates are just the beginning. You could help deepen the content for a specific industry, you could provide a full language translation, which is only about 440 little text snippets, or you could even help tweak the AI prompts that make the platform's smart features even smarter. All of these are game changers.
And hey, don't let that word template scare you off. You might be thinking, uh-oh, that sounds technical. But really, it's not. The source material says it perfectly. If you can understand the basic structure of a JSON file, you've got all the technical skill you need. These templates are just organized text files, not some crazy complex code. And the process itself is super straightforward. You basically just get a copy of the code, run it on your computer, find the right file, and add your knowledge. Then you can actually see your changes in the app setup wizard to make sure they look right. Once you're happy, you submit it. That's it. You don't need to know how the whole thing works under the hood.
Now let's switch gears and talk to the developers in the room. If you're looking for a project with a modern, clean stack and some really fun challenges to sink your teeth into, you're gonna like this.
If you pop the hood, you'll see it's a completely modern setup. We're talking the latest bleeding-edge React 19, strict TypeScript, the super-fast Vite build tool, Tailwind for styling. It's just a really clean, current environment that's a joy to work in.
And trust me, there is no shortage of interesting work. You could build out new views for the dashboard, create new kinds of reports, or, and this is a big one, you could tackle building connectors to tools like Jira or Azure DevOps. These are core features that make the whole platform exponentially more powerful.
Okay, so let's say you're fired up and ready to go. What's the best way to get started? Well, the project gives two really clear starting points, depending on your skills.
For the domain experts, it's a no-brainer. If your country is one of those 23 that needs a template, start there. You don't have to do everything at once. Just encoding 5 or 10 key rules is a fantastic first step. And for the language experts, grab that English file with the 440 keys and translate it. It's a perfect, self-contained project that opens up the tool to a whole new group of people. And getting the project running on your own machine, it honestly couldn't be easier. It's the same 3-step dance that pretty much any web developer knows by heart. You clone the repo, you install the packages, and you run the dev server. That's all there is to it.
Once you're in, you'll find all the standard scripts you'd expect to see. You can run the app, build it for production, check for errors, run tests. It just shows that this is a well-organized, professional project that's easy to get started with, no matter what you're working on.
So, when it all comes down to it, here's your call to action. The path is crystal clear. Clone the repo, get it running on your machine, and pick an area that gets you excited. It doesn't matter if you're a regulatory guru, a language whiz, or a React developer. There is a valuable, meaningful contribution just waiting for you to make.